Gray sends it over. Daly here, tipped over by Whitty, kicked alive by Weiskircher, and the KO for Jenna Hampton. Are you kidding me? The outside hitter to the service line. Rides the tape. Penn State sets in the offense. The big swing from Wildman with the kill going down the line. Vern off the block. Alford the quick set and blocked away. Caitlin Horn, the middle blocker, 6'4" freshman. It's stuffed at the net. Buckeyes keep it up. Big swing. Haynes denied. The solo block. Jason Donarovich. Ohio State the 1-point lead. Olivia Daly serves. Weiskircher for Nia Reed off the block. A joust at the net, and it's Jordan Fry who hammers it home. In a sweep. Haynes trying to change things for Ohio State. Bogner dumps it over on two, and Penn State takes the second set, 25-18. Now Blossom for Kathy off the block, and out. Penn State takes it here 25-16 in the third set, and a clean sweep for the Nittany Lions. Two teams looking to turn the tide on their seasons. Tonight, we're here in Happy Valley. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Hey there, everybody. Brandon Pelter with Tom Shively. And Tom, two historically solid volleyball programs, but they've both been struggling this season.
Yeah, they had a tough stretch. Both teams were out in Southern California a couple weekends ago. They took on USC and UCLA, two of the premier programs in the country. Two losses for both of these teams. But again, tonight, like you mentioned, a chance to get back into that win column and get the second half of the season off on the right foot.
Ohio State and Penn State met earlier in the season. It was the Buckeyes that took it to start. How do they take it again tonight? Who's your player to watch for Ohio State?
It's going to be Blake Leeson, number 11 for the Buckeyes. 140 kills on the year. That's third on the team. He hits at a 449 clip and 63 blocks. 0.81% you see there. A guy that takes up space in front of the net for Ohio State. Going to make it very difficult on these Penn State outside and attackers today.
And for Penn State?
Jason Donarovich, 129 kills again, hits 387, but his weapon is the serve. 22 service aces this season, leads the team again, 63 blocks as well. Much like Leeson can take up some space there in front of the net, but Donarovich, especially if he can get going at the service line and string a couple of points together, that can really save Penn State and provide a lifeline if they get down in some sets.
Ohio State, Penn State, they square off next. We welcome you back inside Rec Hall. Second set just ahead of us here. The Nittany Lions taking set number one over the Buckeyes, 25-13.
Penn State in that first set really able to run their offense, do really whatever it was they wanted out there, and Ohio State really had no answer for it.
Nittany Lions finished that first set hitting 364. The Buckeyes struggled offensively.
I mean, Buckeyes hitting in the negative hitting percentages right now compared to the 364 for Penn State. Ohio State, just myriad of issues, particularly with communication and passing. They had a lot of balls that just went over the net on a free ball and just ended up landing for points. Gotta clean that up. It's simple things like that. Maybe this crowd has something to do with it, but it's simple things like that that you can't let happen if you're Ohio State.
Twice in that first set, we've seen overpasses from the Nittany Lions that just fell to the floor on the Buckeye side.
Yeah, they just were. It's one of those things where once it goes over, someone just has to say, mine, I got it. Someone other than your setter's got to grab that ball, and people just watch them go over the net. The front line for Ohio State just kind of watch them go over. No one even tried to get the ball.
Buckeyes start with the serve. It's Olivia Daly to begin this second set.
And it's a mostly new lineup for Ohio State, so we'll see how they play.
Weiskircher sets for Reed. Just throws it to the back line here. Tipped over by Fry. White bumps. Here for Nia Reed. A big swing finds the floor.
And that's the danger of Penn State. You look at the stats right now. Johnny Parker does not have a kill. Nia Reed, Serena Gray, Taylor Leaf, and Caitlin Horn all have multiple kills. So the ball's really getting spread around so far.
Bukalik, the big swing off the top of the block to the front here. Gray just tips it over. Bukalik again, the swing, tools the block. We're tied at 1 here in the second set.
That's a good use of the block by Bukalik. You see here on the replay, just using the hands of that block to send it to the floor.
Weiskircher tight for Gray, and she just missed it there.
Yeah, Gray just a little too quick, maybe just timed her jump just a little too early. Something very fixable.
Bukovic serving again. Weiskircher sets for Johnny Parker off the block. The Buckeyes keep it in the air. Just dumped over there. What a play by Taylor Lee through the big swing from Parker. Daly now here for Bea Franklin. And Nia Reed off the block.
Surprised there that there wasn't a double contact called on Johnny Parker. You see that ball's really moving as it gets set. Usually they call it double contact. You see a ball moving that much, but I guess not enough for the officials to call that one.
Hampton back for Penn State yet again. Tied at 2 here in the second set. Daly. And a nice stop by Weiskircher, dumped over by Parker on 2. Here's Franklin looking cross court. She couldn't quite find it. Franklin there, trouble with that one, just bumped over. Weiskircher here for Leaf to the back row. The joust at the net, and Serena Gray collects the kill.
When Penn State can run their full offense like they just did there because of an overpass, it's easy. It's easy for them.
Daly here for Fry off the block, and that one finds the stands. Buckeyes keeping things tight early in the second set.
Ohio State hitting a lot better in this second set. They're actually getting some of their swings to amount to points, unlike in the first set.
And a service error from Fry gives it right back to Penn State.
And if you're Jeff Carlson, that's got to be frustrating because, you know, the service is one of the few things you can actually have complete control over in volleyball. And so to serve it right in the net and give Penn State the ball plus a point, it's got to be discouraging.
Gray sends it over. Daly here, tipped over by Whitty, kicked alive by Weiskircher, and the kill for Jenna Hampton. Are you kidding me?
That's an absolutely wild play. Not something you see very often. Just a great job of Brianna Weiskircher. She knew the only way that ball was going to stay alive is if she kicked it, and it's just that kind of night for Penn State, electrifying this crowd here.
6-3, Penn State the lead in the second set, and Jeff Carlson calls for time.
You got to do something to quiet the crowd after that, but there is no way this crowd is going to be any more quiet coming out of the timeout.
Penn State 1-0 lead will return in the second set at Rec Hall.